All right, moving on to Dragon Ball. Is this all of Dragon Ball? Is this all entirely all of Dragon Ball? Okay, this is all of Dragon Ball. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. God, give me strength for what I'm about to do. God, please protect me from danger, from the shonen fans. Please, God, please protect me from what I'm about to do. Oh, okay. 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 You know what? You know, I before I continue, I need to get a beer or something. All right, we're gonna need alcohol to get through this list, guys. We are going to fully need we're going to fully need alcohol. So like I said with Inuyasha, okay, Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball Z. Okay, let's start with Dragon Ball Z because that's what I'm talking about here. Dragon Ball Z is one of the most important anime for me. I mean, if it wasn't for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, I probably wouldn't be an anime fan at all. Okay, I probably wouldn't be an anime fan at all. You know, it's one of the most important anime series and anime franchises of all time. Having said that, it is a show that is like over 2 decades old now. Okay, it is over 2 decades old. The characters are. It is a very, very old show, and it set the standard for a lot of shonen anime and manga after it. And since then, I feel like shonen anime and manga has taken the benchmark that Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z has set, and they have massively refined it and improved it. And it's made shonen anime and manga what it is, but I feel like shonen anime and manga nowadays is just in a league that is so like far beyond what the original Dragon Ball Z has done. That is my honest opinion. I believe Dragon Ball Z had some fantastic moments. It's got the same issue that a lot of anime shows back then had. Far too much filler, too much dragging. Things are too dragged out. Things are far too dragged out, and it's a lot of people like it because of its legacy, because of how important it is for them as people, because of how big and influential this show was. But I tried to get into Dragon Ball Super. Okay, I tried to get into Dragon Ball Super. I really did. I gave Dragon Ball Super 50 episodes. I gave it 50 episodes, which is far more, which is more episodes than I would give basically any show at all. I gave it 50 episodes because it was Dragon Ball. And it just feels like compared to other shonens, it's just a lot less interesting. It's okay. It's like it's very slow. It's fuck. How can I say this? Fuck me, man. How can I say this? Fuck. I'm trying my best not to just say it's literally mid, but I watched 50 episodes and I didn't really feel anything watching 50 episodes. It just feels like nothing had changed from Dragon Ball Z at all. It felt like the fights were just not that interesting because there isn't really a power system going on in this fight. It's just a generic, it's just the usual generic fireball fucking energy blasts, and there is the best choreography that Dragon Ball has had was with the Broly movie. In my opinion, the Broly movie stands like that for its like animation and choreography, but a lot of Dragon Ball Super was not that at all. And I feel like, do you guys think that Dragon Ball Super gets better with like, do you think Dragon Ball Super gets better? That's like honest opinion. Do you guys think Dragon Ball Super gets better? Because yes, no, yes. Because a lot of people like the tournament arc in Dragon Ball Super, at least the second one. Like, to me, Dragon Ball Super is the definition of mid-tier shonen. That is the benchmark for mid-tier shonen. It's not bad. It's just a complete by-the-book shonen. Okay, that was my experience with Dragon Ball Super. And another thing wrong with Dragon Ball Super is that the power scalings were just too off the scale for me to really even comprehend, right? Because I feel peak Dragon Ball to me, Dragon Ball to me was most interesting in Dragon Ball. Okay, Dragon Ball, when it felt like it actually gave a shit about martial arts, to me, that's when I found Dragon Ball most interesting. Dragon Ball Z, amazing moments, had some absolutely amazing moments, but that was also dragged down by just how dragged out the fights were in Dragon Ball Z, right? In Dragon Ball Z. And then Dragon Ball Super came out, and Dragon Ball Super to me feels like a 1990 shonen being aired in the late 2000s. That to me is what felt like Dragon Ball Super was. And it really hit home for me when, you watch Dragon Ball Super. I remember when it was first airing, and I remember thinking, man, Goku's already the most powerful person in the world. Okay, now he's the most powerful person in the galaxy. Now he's the most powerful person in the universe. Where are they gonna go there? There's no way to go, wait a minute. The multiverse! That's the only place that they could go. And now I think, well, how the fuck are they gonna top that? And I feel like it is just power scaling to the scale where it's hard for me to comprehend anymore, because it's power scaling for the sake of power scaling, right? That's why to me, when it was just Dragon Ball, it was way, my mind could comprehend it way more, and it didn't seem as ridiculous. But I mean, Dragon Ball Z is great. Maybe Dragon Ball as a whole would be higher if I was judging it based on something like Dragon Ball Kai, or something along those lines. But even then, compared to today's shonen, compared to some of the stuff coming out right now, compared to Jujutsu Kaisen, compared to Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball just isn't comparable, in my opinion. And that is my honest opinion. And that is why the Dragon Ball franchise, as it stands right now, is true mid. It is okay. It is okay. I am not going to go out of my way to watch Dragon Ball. I wouldn't even go out of my way to recommend someone Dragon Ball. Connor hasn't watched Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, and I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend him to go watch Dragon Ball Z, but that doesn't mean that it's not one of the most important and influential shows to ever come out in the history of anime and manga. Okay, there, that's it. God, I can't wait to be torn. I can't wait to be torn apart by Dragon Ball fans. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit.